What's going on, makers? Jerry here with 3DHP, and in today's video I'm going to be featuring the Genmitsu 4040 Pro Max, and we're going to do a really cool haunted mansion sign, and we'll get into it right after this. Welcome back, guys. Hope you like my new little intro there. Anyway, we're going to be using Jenny bits today. I'm going to be using my 1/4 inch downtown Jenny and my 1/16 inch tapered ball nose from Cadence Manufacturing. Great bits, great company. Link below in the description. And I got my exhaust system all set up, ready to go. MDF is very bad for you. Don't breathe it. You know, wear dust mask, wear all the proper PPE. But let's jump into CarveCo Maker right now, and we'll get designing the sign, and we'll use some blue tape and super glue, hold it down, and we'll get going. And here we go. Oh, one other thing. I do not have any of the speeds on this machine cranked up. Everything is set stock. I haven't went and Gerbil and changed anything. And my settings that I will be using in CarveCo Maker are what the manufacturer recommended that pops up. I'm not really tweaking and pushing anything. Bits are expensive. I really don't want to break them, so I haven't learned to crank my speeds up really fast. So you'll see on screen how long each part of the job takes, and yeah, so here we go. Okay, let's jump in a CarveCo Maker and start the next project. Let me go and click New Model right here. Okay, the dimensions I want, my working area is 15.7 on my X and my Y, which is 400 by 400 millimeters. So we want a working area, let's see, let's go 15, yeah, 15 is fine, height 15, and I'm going to be working out of the bottom left corner where I'm going to start the job. If I wanted to go to anywhere else like the middle, you simply click on the middle, left, right, wherever corner you want. I want bottom left. Keep your resolution cranked all the way up, and I'm working today in inches, and hit OK. And there's my working area. I'm going to be importing a relief, so go up here, click relief, import 3D model. Get this haunted mansion sign. Left click, drag that out of the way so I can see what I'm working on. Okay, here's my material down here. This sign is huge, so we need to shrink it down a little bit. So let's see, in my Y, let's take it down, let's see, 14, try 14 inches, hit apply, hit center to center it on the wood, go ahead and bring that in so you can see it better. Get this little box up here to change what side you want to look at, the angle of it. That'll give me a little bit of room to work around it. That ought to work. Now the height is going to be way too high. You see, I'll hold down my center mouse button and roll it. It means I'm going to be higher than my work there. So, let's see, let me uncheck the Z. My material is 3/4 of an inch thick. So I'll take this to, let's see, 0.75. Hit apply. Hold down my center button again on my mouse. You can see the gap there. It's not laying down flat. So let's hit center. Now it puts it flat on the work surface. That looks pretty good. Now once you get all your coordinates right exactly where you want it, you can go and hit paste. Now the minute you hit paste, it's done. If you want to make any changes after that, you'll have to start over. So let's go ahead and paste that down. Now it's good to go. Then we can close this out. We no longer need it. And let's go and start picking our toolpaths. So I'll go down here to my 3D toolpath. First bit I'm going to pick will be my finishing bit. Why they're reversed like that, I have no idea, but let's see what my bit will be. Go all the way down to the bottom where I got a couple Jenny bits that I purchased. My 1/16 inch skinny Jenny tapered ball nose will be perfect for that. Let me left click and open this up a little bit. And let's see, the down arrow, let's look at some of the settings. You can see what I got going on here. I'm going to leave everything the way it is. Go to my roughing bit. Left click, hold down the button, scroll all the way to the bottom. And I'm going to go with my 1/4 inch Downtown Jenny. Select. Open that up, look at the settings. That'll be tool number 1. This one up here, the finishing, will be tool number 2. So we'll put a 2 in there. Let's see, safe homing 1 inch, click to define material. Okay, it's looking pretty good on the material. I'll leave that alone. 1/4 inch thick. Just leave it there, hit OK. Now let's calculate. This will take just a few seconds, depending on how fast your computer is. And this is automatically going to do the whole relief. I'm going to change that here in a minute. Put a vector boundary around it, so let's go ahead and let that run. This is just the steps you have to take that I've learned, so I'll do that change here in just a minute. Vector, create relief boundary, and now put a boundary around the project there. You can see the pink line. Close that out. Offset vector. You want to drag that out just a little bit. We can do it here by typing it, or I can simply come in here and click on the line and bring that out just a little bit. That looks pretty good. And hit offset. Close that out. Okay, now the area we want to do a relief on is just this inside that line. We don't want to do this area out here, the wood. So up here it says whole relief. I'm going to change that to selected vectors. And now let's recalculate. See, simulate toolpaths, I right clicked on. Toolpath summary. This isn't really accurate for what I'm doing, but you can click on that. It'll kind of give you an idea on how long, depending on your feeds and speeds of your machine. What we have set will give you an idea how long it's going to take. The relief. Same machining time, 33 minutes. For my 1/4 inch Downtown Jenny to clear it out, that's probably going to be more like an hour and a half. The 16th inch Skinny Jenny, it says it's going to take an hour and 13 minutes, which will probably be 3 hours or so. But lots to dial in, lots to learn. Okay, now we're going to save it. Okay, here's the side here you save. And here's basically calculated toolpath you put over here. So my first bit will be the 1/4 inch. So let me click on the second one, move it over here to this side. Now this is the one I want to save first. In order, give it a file name, put it where you want it. So let's just call this Haunted 1. And this is going to be my 1/4 inch bit. So let's CarveCo 0.25 bit. Call it whatever you want, just so you can recognize it. It's going to save it as a G-code file in my download directory. Let me hit save. Okay, let's take that file, move it over here, take the other one, click on the second one, move it back over here to the right. Let's give that a unique name and call it Haunted 2. And I don't think I'm going to need to do a profile cut on this with the third bit. I think this will work out fine just using 2 bits. But if you want to cut out your material, you can go back in and do a profile cut with a third bit. And you can either use one of your existing bits and not, your finished bit. Since that's the second one in the machine, you could use it to come around and do your profile cut, but I'm not going to do that here. So Haunted 2, let's just call this Skinny. Oh, I know it's my Skinny Jenny. And hit save. Haunted Mansion sign came out great. Got it all done. I went in and sprayed it with some shellac. It's still wet, but I took a deburring tool and I went around the edge of the deburring tool because it was just a paper, very, very minute edge around the edge, or piece around the edge, like a piece of paper. So I didn't cut it on my spoil board, thank God, but it was just right there. So yeah, it came out beautiful. So I've sealed it, now it's just ready to be painted. Or leave it like that, leave it natural. Now, full disclosure, I only had one more piece of 3/4 material MDF to do this job. The first time I tried it, when I was doing my rough cut, going through the first bit, I hit my end stops. It's like, oh God. So I basically crashed that piece of wood. I hit my end stops. So I had to go back in, and that's when you seen in the video when I refigured everything out. Made a little bit smaller. The only thing bad about having a hobbyist machine that's small, you're real limited on your size. I really do wish, I had an enormous machine like 4 foot by 4 foot. That way, no matter what I threw on it, I don't have to worry about hitting my limits. So, pretty much. But yeah, it came out beautiful. And I found this piece of scrap laying around. That's why it's got nicks in it from prior jobs. And it was either use this piece or use nothing. So, yeah, that's what happens sometimes you run out. Got the light there you can see on. But yeah, it came out a beautiful job. I'll have down below the link in the description where you can find this file out over on Thingiverse in case you'd like to engrave it or 3D print it. It's a replica of the actual sign at Disney World, I guess. Never been there, but yeah, I don't remember Disneyland in California what it looked like. But yeah, it's really cool. Came out amazing. Deburring tool, like I say, went around the edges. I don't have it perfect. It's really close. But I'm very happy with the way it came out. And yeah, the Jimitsu 4040 Pro Max has been working great. I get a squeak once in a while. I've oiled the rails, wiped them down, but it's working perfect. My dust extractor from Harbor Freight, I got a video I did on that a long time ago. I've got a Cyclone that I printed out for it that came from Tom Lama. He designed it. I printed that out. All my debris goes in the trash can. There's a small bucket under the filter there that you can't really see it, but behind the sign, there's a small bucket under the filter, so if any debris should get past the cyclone and get blown up to be filtered out, minor debris would go in the bucket. But 99.999% goes in the trash can. No dust, no fumes, no nothing in here. And yeah, everything's working great. So until next time, guys, happy laser engraving. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you to all my channel members here on YouTube. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, later now.